Hey everybody, Garrick Rumley here with Duty to Train. Pistol shooting is really easy. A lot of people think it's difficult, but it's not. And I want to quickly go over with you the #1 defensive shooting skill set you need to practice in order to be ready if somebody attacks you or breaks into your house or something like that. A lot of people have a gun, but the #1 skill you need in order to effectively use that gun against an intruder or a threat to your life, nobody practices this skill set. It's really, really easy. So let me just get into it. And if you want a complete breakdown of this, like really in depth, but also very useful, go to duty2train.com, duty2train.com, and you can sign up for my 14 video course. It's all training from home, and I go over this in detail. And I say in the videos, if you take one thing away from this course, this is it. This skill set will save your life. So, point shooting, what is it? It's exactly what it sounds like. You literally just point and shoot. Normally, when you're shooting a pistol, you aim your sights. I have a red dot, but normally you align your front sight tip in between your rear sights right here, but I just have a red dot, so I just put my red dot like right on the target. But that takes time, and it takes a lot of like mental acuity to aim in your sights, and you're never gonna do that if somebody breaks in your house, because your adrenaline's gonna be pumping, your life's gonna be on the line, your family's life, your kid's life, your wife's life is gonna be on the line. You're not gonna be thinking when you go to take that shot, I gotta, equal height, equal light, center mass, which is just phrase for getting right sight alignment, right aiming. You're not going to be thinking that when your life's on the line. All you're going to do is you're going to grab your pistol out of your lockbox, you're going to go for that intruder, and you're just going to point and shoot. You're going to point, shoot. So you have to practice this. And the way that you do it is what you're going for is like a light switch. And the reason you want to go for like a light switch is because if somebody breaks in your house and you have to eliminate a real life threat, then this is basically your target, right? Right here. So if you can get good enough to hit a light box from 10 to 20 feet away, then that gives you a lot of wiggle room once you're under pressure, because your fundamentals are going to break down. You're not going to shoot nearly as well in a real life situation as you are when you're just practicing. So if you can practice on a very small target, get comfortable shooting something roughly this size, then once it gets to a real life situation, you have a lot of wiggle room and you can feel confident that you have the skills you need to hit that target and not send shots flying all over your house. So the way to practice this is point, and normally I would bring my head down a little bit to align my sights, but you don't do that when you're practicing point shooting. You just punch out, and then once you punch out and you think you're on that light switch or whatever you're aiming at, you can aim to like a book or a teddy bear, like whatever, but you want to aim for something like roughly the size of a light switch. So if it's like a teddy bear, aim for the head, right? But once you punch out, you're not moving your pistol to where you think it's supposed to be. Once you're out, you're locked, and then you move your head without moving your hands. You're always going to move a little bit, but try not to move your hands, and then you align your sights and see where you're aiming. And that will tell you if your point aiming is accurate. If you landed right on that light switch, then you're good to go. But if you were high and to the right, then you know you need to come down and to the left. So then you practice it again. And if you're still high right, okay, I need to come down a little bit more to the left. And then maybe the next one is like way down and to the left. It's like, okay, now I overcompensated. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get. And so if you've never practiced point shooting before, you have to practice this, because it is the one skill that you are going to need to have if somebody breaks into your house. You're never, people go to the range and they practice, especially beginners, they'll like, boom, maybe 2 shots, that'll be like the most, but nobody really practices like, how quickly can you get up on target and just get 5 shots on target right here, right? That's really the skill that you need to know if you're going to the range. Practice that skill. Picking up your pistol as fast as possible and then getting 5 shots on target in this area, right? So take like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper to the range. Try to get all 5 shots on that target in the shortest amount of time possible without aiming. That is a great range training exercise that you can do. Highly recommend it. But people don't do that. They just practice like real slow and controlled because they're trying to nail down the fundamentals, which is good, but they forget the one skill, or maybe they're just not aware of the one skill that they need, which is point shooting. So if you have never practiced point shooting, please practice, because it's really important. And if you don't know how to practice, I go over this in way more depth in my program, duty2train.com. The reason I named that is because we have a right to bear arms, but we have a duty to train. If you own a gun, it is your responsibility to know how to employ and utilize that weapon system properly. And if you don't, you're not an asset, you're a liability. You're a liability to your family, you're a liability to anyone in the surrounding area who could get shot by one of your bullets because you don't know what you're doing. So don't be a liability, be an asset. Know how to point shoot. And again, this is not something you have to go to the range and practice a whole ton. You can practice this a ton at home and then go to the range like once and then see how you're doing, right? A lot of other skills kind of require you to like get a little bit more range practice, but this is frankly the best skill that you can have and requires like the least amount of range time. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Please like and subscribe and share this video around. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to show people that pistol shooting is not hard, and my program proves that. So many people, they sign up for like a one-off class and you just can't learn everything in one class. It's impossible. It's impossible to learn proper pistol shooting. Even if somebody could cover all the information, you're never going to remember it. And so eventually you forget and then you're left right back where you started. And my program gives you the ability to re-up those skills whenever you want, and it's totally free. And I'd like you to sign up for it, and I'd like you to help me spread the word, because that's really what I'm doing. I just want to help people learn the skills that they need to defend themselves, because a lot of people right now, they're scared all over the world. But, you know, America's not doing so hot right now either, and a lot of people are buying guns. But if you're going to buy one, you know what you're doing. And up until now, it's been very hard for beginners to gain the skills they really need to defend themselves without it being very expensive and costing them a ton of time, because classes, training classes, are very expensive and they require a lot of time. But my class, it's all online. You do it from home, and that way you have no distractions, right? When I'm going over grip, right, stance, trigger control, all this stuff, you have no distractions because you're at home utilizing your weapon with nothing else around. So you can totally focus on what you're doing. And I would argue it's the best pistol training program on the market, because no other program lets you come back and relearn all the information. It takes you from not knowing anything all the way through to teaching you everything you need to know to defend yourself with a pistol. And it just walks you through every step. Stance, grip, sight alignment, trigger control, point shooting, multiple target engagement are the main things. And there's quite a few other smaller things spread out, but those are like the 6 key skill sets that you come away with. Stance, grip, sight alignment, trigger control, point shooting, multiple target engagement in case more than one person breaks in your house. So let me know what you think. I would love some feedback. And if you have any questions, comments, or you'd like specific content, me to make a specific video about something, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, stay safe, live free. Remember, pistol shooting is really easy. So go over to Duty to Train and sign up. Take care. See ya.